Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is my birthday. Today is my birthday. It's Soul Work Saturday, and I'm coming to y'all to give you guys a little bit of information, and then I'm gonna go about my day. I have some things planned for myself, so I'm excited. I'm turning 35 today, so whoop whoop, happy birthday to me. So I'm going to get right into this because I literally have maybe 15 minutes or so. So what this series of Soul Work Saturday is, hey Latasha, hey cousin, I love you. Hello, hello. I'm on Instagram and on Facebook, so I'll be looking back and forth. But basically, I'm talking to you guys about attachment styles, okay? And so, an attachment style is basically the relationship between a caregiver and a child, the interactions between that relationship in childhood. It spills over into your adulthood, and it leaves you with an attachment style. It leaves you with certain characteristics that you carry on into relationships. It dictates how you react, how you respond, how you interact in your relationships. So all of these attachment styles, they stem from your childhood relationships between you and your caregiver, whether mom, dad, auntie, grandma, grandfather, whoever your caregiver was at that time, whether you were in foster care, whoever your caregiver was, that relationship, it determines your relationships as an adult. It determines how you interact in your life as an adult. It leaves these symptoms that produces these attachment styles, and they're insecure attachment styles, right? So that's one thing that I discussed with you all. Then I gave you so far two types of attachment styles. We talked about anxious attachment, which is due to inconsistent parenting and lack of rapport or relationship between caregiver and child. And the common signs of this attachment style is low self-esteem, strong fear of rejection or abandonment, and clinginess in relationships, like clinginess to the result of almost being controlling and manipulative, because you want to make sure that person is always in your eyesight, doing what you want them to do, being loyal, and you just need them to be around you in order for you to be secure and knowing that they're giving you what you need and that they're being loyal to you, right? So the second one was the avoidant or dismissive attachment style. Okay. And this is due to parents who are very strict and also emotionally distant. Okay. Who do not tolerate the expressions of feelings and also expect their child to be independent and tough. Right. So I talked about this the last time we did Soul Work Saturday. And as a result, in adulthood, these individuals with the avoidant dismissive attachment style, they may appear confident, self-sufficient, but they do not tolerate emotional or physical interaction and might not be able to build healthy relationships. Okay. And in the workplace, they are often seen as the independent wolf, the independent loner. So that was one of the other ones, okay, the insecure attachment styles that we talked about. Now, today I'm going to talk about disorganized or the fearful avoidant attachment style, right? So I'm always talking about women, and then the women in the relationships being in toxic relationships, meaning like the man has to be the toxic person, they have to be abusive. But these attachment styles basically show that it can be both parties, the male or the female, or whatever dynamic your relationship is in. But whatever, both parties of the relationship, both partners can have these different attachment styles. So if any of these things that I am discussing and you feel as though you are that person, it's possible to rewire these things. Okay. And so today I'm going to be a little transparent. I got a little time. I'm going to try to be Yeah, try to be as transparent as possible without telling y'all all my business. But okay, so the disorganized or fearful avoidant attachment style. For these adults with this attachment style, the partner and the relationship itself are often the source of both desire and fear, right? So for fearful avoidant people, you do want intimacy and closeness, but at the same time experience troubles trusting and depending on other people, right? And so they do not regulate their emotions well, and they avoid strong emotional attachments due to their fear of getting hurt. All right. So I don't know about y'all, but I have been taught by my coach and my mentor to always call a spade a spade. And the best way to help people is to be transparent, right? So this was me. And honestly, this is something that I am still trying to heal from and build from. As I always tell you guys, healing is not a one shot deal. It's not a one time hitter quitter. Oh, I did it and I'm done. No, it takes work. I am 35 years old and there has been 30 some years of abuse and traumatic experiences and toxicity. And so it's not all going to happen within 3 months or 6 months or maybe even a year or two. Like, it takes consistent work. It takes discipline and motivation, even when it doesn't feel good, when it doesn't look good. Like, healing takes work, right? So that's why I'm so particular about my journey at this moment, because I put in a lot of work and I'm not about to let anybody come and disrupt the progress that I've done thus far, right? So this was me, and I'm still dealing with remnants of this disorganized, fearful, avoidance style, right? So with this is the most difficult and the most complex type of attachment style, okay? And it is often seen in people who have been physically, verbally, or sexually abused in their childhood. So experiences of trauma and abuse is what kind of bring this about, okay? So this attachment style develops when the child's caregiver, which is the only source of safety, becomes a source of fear. So for me, when I was 10 years old, my mom was murdered in front of me and was gone. And I had to basically at 10 years old figure out what was next for me myself. Like, it went from my mom being my loving, caring, sole provider to not even having any of that at all, wondering who's going to love me. And as they say, a mother's love, there's no love like a mother's love. That is completely true, because I spent most of my life trying to find that love that was taken away from me at 10 years old. Like, no love is like a mother's love, okay? So with that, I developed some disorganized or fearful, avoidant type of attachment styles, right? Because the love that I once had, I no longer had. I didn't have that safety net. And then the people that I entrusted or thought that I could love, they showed me that my love was based off of, or them loving me was based off of conditions. If you do this, if you act this way, if this is this, then I love you, or I love you because. It was never a feeling of the unconditional love, right? So my childhood produced these feelings of disorganized, fearful, avoidant, right? So yeah, so as a result, in adulthood, these individuals are extremely inconsistent in their behavior and have a hard time trusting others, and may also suffer from other mental issues such as substance abuse, depression, or borderline personality disorder. So back in the day, I used to suppress my emotions with alcohol. I think I started drinking at the age of 15. Don't judge me, all right? Just being transparent to help somebody here. But yeah, so I started drinking at the age of 15. However, at this moment, I barely even drank. I do not abuse any type of substance. As far as depression, I did have certain moments of depression, even like, yeah, suicidal thoughts, the borderline personality disorder. I don't have any type of mental disabilities, but as far as like the emotional, um, like the regulating emotions, because of the pouring into or looking for the love that you want. Is like you're like, hey, I'm over here, like and then like you're showing all these good attributes, right? And you're like, I'm this good person, like you can trust me, you can love me, I'm right here, like. And then they show you that one little thing, they're like, they'll do something and it'll show you that they really don't care for you. They really don't have that unconditional love for you. So then your emotions start going all haywire. You start overthinking things. You start blaming yourself. You start feeling like, well, maybe this is my fault. Maybe it was something I did. Maybe I could have loved harder. Maybe I could have shown them that I'm trustworthy. Like I could have done something more. Like, so the emotional part is still like all over the place, okay? So because you're trying to figure out what could you have done better to make this person receive you better. But honestly, love, there's nothing that you could have done or can do to make anyone receive you in any type of way. Like, you present yourself as who you are without changing, without altering who you are for anybody, and it's up to them to want to be around you. Is up to them to want to love on you. And guess what? If they don't, that is not your problem. It's not your responsibility to try to convince people that you are worthy. It is not your responsibility to try to convince people that you are worth being loved. Okay? Because you are worthy, you are worth being, you are loved. Like, you don't have to try to convince anybody, right? So with the disorganized, fearful, avoidant, some of those attributes, like, we try to show people like, hey, I'm over here, and then when they show us that they're not there for us, it's like now the emotional part comes about, and it's hard to try to maneuver that thing, because you're like, well, I still like these people, I still want, and then it's like, but they don't want you, so now you have to cut ties, right? And then that's always the hard part. So it's just always trying to regulate those emotions, and just trying to trust people, and then depending on others. So I have learned that I have to just give people grace, right? So regardless of what I expect of people, I have to realize that people are people, and people are going to do people stuff, right? So they're going to make mistakes. They're going to say things that may be offensive. And however, it's communication, right? So if this is somebody that I care about, then I have to communicate. I communicate my emotions. And if this person cares about me, they're going to receive my communication, and they're going to take what I'm saying as face value, and they're not going to just push aside my emotions, but they're going to validate them, and they're going to understand where I'm coming from. Even if they don't 100% agree, at least they've heard me and they understand, and then they will try to make an effort, right? So these are the type of people that you need in your life, like secure, supportive people that are in your corner, like really supporting you if you are this type of person, okay? And this is, or was, who I was, okay? It's because with these attachment styles, you can rewire your mind. You can rewire all of these things, okay? It takes work and it takes consistency, but it is possible. Okay. And so that's why we have therapists. That's why we have life coaches. And so at this moment, I think I'm done with my little rant. Okay. So we talked about the disorganized, fearful, avoidant attachment style. Okay. And basically, this is the most difficult and complex style of attachment because it's often seen in people that have had or experience some type of trauma or abuse, whether it be physical, verbally, or sexually in their childhood. Okay, and so with this, they are extremely inconsistent with their emotional behaviors, and they have a hard time trusting other people. Okay, and so like I said before, all of these things can be rewired and you can change. So if you feel like any of these attachment styles that I have talked about are you on today, like, are you ready to do the work? Are you ready for change? Is enough? Like, are you ready to put in the work to create the life that you want? And instead of having these insecure, toxic attachment styles, are you willing to put in the work to help you move forward, to help you build healthy relationships, right? So that's what I'm here for today. I am Coach Devona, the relationship life coach, aka the detox coach. I'm here to help you detox and also avoid toxic relationships or situations, and help empower you to reclaim your power back and end this cycle of toxicity. Okay, because the cycle can be ended. My alarm going off because I gotta go. All right, my alarm going off, but the cycle can be ended. This can be rewired if you're willing to do the work. Hit me up on Instagram. My link is in the bio. My link here I will provide here on Facebook. But you guys, I'm here for you all, the detox coach, to help you maneuver through this new journey. If you feel like any of these attachment styles are you on today and you're ready to put in the work to move forward and start your healing journey, contact me today so that we can get you going on your journey. Okay, so I'm excited. I'm happy for you all because I know that this information has been helpful. Well, I pray that it has been helpful. And as you guys catch, if you have not watched all of the Soulwork Saturdays, this is the third one. I have one more left to do, and for the month of March. And so you guys go back, look at those, and if you feel as though any of those attachment styles are you, and I even explained them again today. And I will do a review on the next live, on our last one for Soulwork Saturday for March. But if you feel like any of these are you and you need the help to help you push forward, contact me. I'm here for you. And that's it, y'all. Y'all have a great day. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. All right. Hey, y'all gonna see me again later because I'm about to be like blowing up y'all timeline for no reason. But yeah, because it's my day. It's my day. And I'm real extra. You know what? I was gonna wear my crown, but since I'm about to leave, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on because I'm extra like that. Yeah, and then I'm about to go. All right, so y'all, happy Soul Work Saturday. Have a blessed day, and remember that change starts with you. Nothing changes until you do, my love. All right, so y'all have a blessed day, and yeah, bye.